All
Can
right.
you text him, Casey?
Today is November 13th.
14th.
think you're one off.
14th.
Brought to you by NASCAR. NASCAR Championship this Sunday, 3 p.m. on NBC. Setting up to be a race for the history books. Champion 4 drivers, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch will battle it out at Homestead Miami Speedway for the right to be named champion of NASCAR. These drivers will face a difficult task ahead as Homestead Miami Speedway is a tough track to manage with high speeds and everyone pushing their cars to the edge. The race will end under the lights and only one driver will be named champion. Be sure to tune in to the NASCAR Championship this Sunday in Miami, 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Witness it live by getting your tickets to the NASCAR Championship race at NASCAR.com/tickets. Well, welcome, Trysta, your first rundown. Day 2. Do you see she screwed up, by the way? She blogged and said it was the first handwritten blog ever.
That's what they told me, though.
And safe mode would be.
Too.
No, that wasn't handwritten. It was on paint. It was on a computer. So you're okay.
Okay.
You're off the hook.
Just like the Tremont Waters thing, I'm right again. He did get minutes in this season. So.
I mean.
Have you seen Trista's jump shot?
No.
It's wet.
She talks a lot about it. Is it
The
good?
Stoolies call me
Let's
the
just
splash
say this,
god.
Dave. If she brought that into a gym I was in, I'd make the first 8 rows
I think-
sign a waiver because
Let's
I'd be
see.
smoking them with a
Let's
basketball
see.
in their face.
Is it
The
low?
release is
It's
like
low.
here.
I knew it was gonna be. I shoot low too.
Boom.
It's because
We'll see.
I played
Yeah.
basketball with my dad, and we had a low ceiling.
Well, she
so
wants
you
to play
couldn't
one-on-one. I was like, we'll literally just back you down 11 times.
Did it to Ravel.
We're gonna
Did it
play,
to Ravel.
We're gonna play losers though. That's how we negate that.
I mean,
We'll play losers.
No one plays losers.
Ravel's dad almost cried.
Yeah.
What Big Cat
Yeah,
did
you
to
want to
him.
bring your dad?
I don't have a dad.
Oh,
so,
shit.
thanks.
Touche.
I knew you were going to do
Appreciate
that to
that.
me.
Touche.
I knew you were going to do that to me.
Let's start with, this is maybe like a Dave Portnoy issue more than a world issue. But
No, it's a world issue.
The Toledo Rockets head coach, who you're friends with, I guess.
Yeah, no, he is a stoolie. I like him. We went and took a tour of the facility a couple grit weeks ago. Really nice guy, but
The worst.
you can't.
He's the worst football coach ever lived.
You can't excuse the clock management that happened.
There's 2 people in the Ben & Jerry's gambling graveyard, which I don't know what the URL is, but it exists. It's literally the Ben & Jerry's graveyard. There's Todd Gurley floating around and the Toledo coach. That's it. That graveyard,
But this is where it's your fault.
It is.
Your fault because you can put a guy in a graveyard and then you bet on him.
Well,
That's a bad idea.
If you're really going to point the finger, it's the Bubbly Gang's fault. Because,
What?
well, yeah,
Okay, let me hear this.
because Jeff built the graveyard, and then all the Bubbly Gang shit happened. He left, and I
we
can't
don't know
find
where
the
it is.
graveyard.
Damn.
So it's like, does the graveyard even exist? If it's
So you can't access it.
If
Correct.
a tree falls and no one's
Yes,
there,
Yeah.
it's there,
even
but
fall.
it's like Creed thoughts. It's just in the ether. So I can't find it.
This is like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. I went and found, because he had bad clock management at the end of both halves. And I searched Twitter to see how bad it was, if people were really going about it. And the first result was a tweet from you from 2018 complaining about the exact same situation.
He's the guy who ran the hurry up slow down.
Yes,
If
yes.
you remember when we needed
Yes.
points, he'd run and they'd take. What he did last night, I've never seen anything like it. You're down 3 points.
The tight end has to get out of bounds. That's not a coaching
Fine,
thing.
that's not a coaching issue.
The next play is.
Down
throwing-
3 points,
yeah.
what was the ball? The 25, 30-yard
Yeah,
line?
running the
no
play.
timeouts, 15 seconds. You just walk up, spike the ball. You can run another play. You got to throw it beyond the sticks. Because
Yes.
he runs a 5-yard, game ends. It wasn't even close. And the quarterback was looking at the sideline being like, what do I do? I'm sure he's a nice guy, Dan. He needs a new profession. That coach needs a new profession.
Or just a clock guy.
The quarterback
But-
should have taken over, though.
But he-
you know
Yeah,
They're
that,
on their
okay?
like third quarterback. That's the other
But
problem.
also, I don't know how the quarterback screws up, but the quarterback is looking at the sideline. And I think the quarterback actually went like this.
I'm
and
more mad
did-
at you, Dave, because that was a classic game. We talked about it before. It was 3-6 versus 6-3. It was a 2.5-point spread. It made no
outplayed him.
sense.
Also, that cheap shot was one of the worst. Did you
The
see?
glass bowl's in your head.
There was nobody there.
Oh yeah, that one. There was nobody there, but yeah, that cheap shot was like
That
it
was a
actually.
You could kill somebody.
Yeah, it was
with that.
shooting someone. It was like making someone kneel down and then execution.
Do you
style.
know that the refs did not call targeting originally? They
Yeah,
just,
I know.
It was just a
They just
late
didn't know
hit.
what to do. Yeah.
And the coach didn't even yell at him. This Toledo coach. Listen, you say he's nice, I'll hire him if he gets fired.
How much money did you lose?
Ding dong.
A ding dong. A full
The ding dong.
I don't even know what that means.
It's
a unit.
It's like it would probably be like.
Is the answer you're
I don't know how
looking
much
for
you get
$10,000? That's the answer. So
Okay,
it's a
that's-
$20,000
like-
swing. Is that what you want to
Yes,
hear,
that's
Trysta?
what I wanted to
But
hear.
that's how you
Ding
get
dong.
me going irate on the internet by myself
Yes.
at 11:30.
And Dave texted me at like 11:30 and was like, "Dude, that was ridiculous." I was already like half in it, out of sleep, because I had the other side, and I just replied, "That sucked."
No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you exactly.
Because I can't say anything to you at that
Dave
point.
just gets a little too confident.
No,
He
I can't
bets
say.
things.
I know that it sucks to be on that side. I didn't have that side.
11:32 p.m. I texted Dan, the Toledo coach is the worst coach of all time, and you just wrote back 15 minutes later, that sucked. And then this morning,
For you, is what he
Because
means.
I
Yeah,
won.
because he won.
Because I
you.
won.
Yeah, yeah.
So
How
he's
much
like,
did you make? Did you
I
make
won
10?
my own ding dong.
yeah, it's all units.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all one. The problem is, they should have at least had the field goal attempt. That guy, and I knew you knew him. I was ready to do like the mea culpa, be like, I'm just kidding on Toledo, great coach. And then that happened.
No, I can't. Listen, I know him. I think he's a good guy, but I will not defend bad clock management. I
That
can't.
was the worst
I can't.
clock
It was
management
bad
of all
clock
time.
management.
Did you text
have
him?
to say it. No, I.
Hey,
Oh, I
thank
do
you.
actually.
I
I do
would
his
like
number.
his number.
You
and
should
be like,
text him, hey,
what?
thank you
I just
for
realized
me.
I do. Yeah.
I would like to text him and be like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Get him on radio.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll try.
I would love to speak to the Toledo
What
coach
was going
on radio.
through your mind when you did that? He had money on the game, must have.
And that game was, by the way, as actually dropped punts, cheap shots, Toledo kicking fumbles, the whole thing. Speaking of gambling, MGM, the same guys that bring you the world's most spectacular casino resorts and top-notch entertainment also have a sports betting app in Jersey. You can download the app, deposit, and check out lines from anywhere, but you need to be in New Jersey to place your bets. This Thursday, they have another special offer. Sign up with the code Barstool and place a $1 bet on Cleveland if Baker... These always make me laugh. Sign up with code Barstool and place a $1 bet on Cleveland. If Baker completes one pass, you get $100. Disclaimer, that's a pretty good, I think you're in good shape.
One pass?
Yeah.
I'd say.
Steelers defense good.
Disclaimer.
That good.
I'm
Must-
just saying. They
Must
are.
be 21 plus in New Jersey. Those are. I know Sausage comes up with those. Must be 21
Poor
plus
Sausage.
in New Jersey to place bets. Restrictions apply. Visit betmgm.com for the full list of terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Big news. We have a golden. Looks like a little golden retriever has been born with a tail on his.
Face.
Who's that guy?
That's Stefan.
Stefan.
His name's Steve, but.
I like
It's a
Stefan.
fancy.
Yeah. I mean, he's
like
one of
Tarjay.
all business. Pete has like a crew, and I don't trust any of them.
No, why would you? If
Right.
you can't, the apple doesn't
Actually, I
fall
trust
from the
Colby,
tree.
and I do trust Andrew.
I like how you went off to Pete like instantly.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to get in favor with me.
Listen, who doesn't supply a company-issued laptop when you get to the company and then want you to have a WordPress account or whatever it is and blog?
We do.
Do you not have a laptop still?
No, I have it now. I'm good.
Pete actually did, to his credit, I asked for a new laptop because mine sucks, and he gave it to me, and I just haven't opened it for 3 weeks.
Oh, I
So
I
could've
hate
had-
making the
I could've
switch.
had your laptop.
The switch is just, the change is always just so anxiety producing.
At your age.
At my,
and
what the fuck?
Yeah. Don't
mean,
use
yeah,
that shit.
but
Don't
don't
bring
say
that shit
that.
to me, Trysta. But I will say, you don't like old school. I used to get mad. Like I'd be insulted when like new employees thought like I saw Tommy Lights floating around here today. Our old light guy
He's
from
here?
the Black. Yeah, Tommy Lights was in the house today. He's like a music manager now, but he was in here. In the old days, like I would give you an incredulous look if you're like, "Where's my company laptop?"
Yeah,
like,
where's my laptop?
Yeah, like, you have
Listen,
your
I
own
would
laptop.
be happy to bring my own laptop, but let's just walk through the series of events that happened here.
No, I
So,
saw
okay,
you
I
complain.
have a laptop at my own home in Washington, D.C.
Right.
I have not been home. The last time I was at home, I was a USA Today employee.
No, that's a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie.
Someone is Airbnbing my house in my apartment right
Oh,
now.
so your
So I'm not
technicality.
able to get
You were
into
in
my
Washington,
apartment.
D.C.
Correct, but I was not able to get into
And you're
my
making money
apartment.
off of it. You're making money. You're getting
Listen, I'm just
money
trying to-
here, money there.
I'm trying.
Barstool, Airbnb, USA
I'm
Today.
trying. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
doing.
trying.
You got ding dongs up the wall.
Let's
Was
hope my
it?
apartment complex doesn't see this.
Yeah, right.
You're-
They're house sitting. For me.
You are illegally Airbnb.
I think it's
You're
not,
a
it's
big
not my
time,
least-
like, I'm going to go on radio and just incriminate myself.
I guess so.
What is going on?
I guess so.
Back to the puppy with the tail on the face. Does it wag?
That was my point.
Is it like the Harry Potter lightning bolt?
It doesn't
Well,
wag.
you saw it. It doesn't? You know that for a fact?
It said it doesn't wag.
Still cute.
It has to wag.
For it to be a tail, it has
For
to
it to be a
wag.
tail, there's nothing better in the world than a dog's tail wagging. And this tail, if this dog had a tail wagging on both ends, best dog in the world. Right now,
That's like an expression.
It is. That's like what happens to me
no,
when.
it's wag the dog.
No,
No, it's like a vein in the middle of the forehead. That's what it looks like when you get super.
what does that have to do with being an
The
expression?
dog chasing his tail?
An expression?
The wag, it's
Oh,
a
the
political
wag.
term.
Wag the dog.
That's it? That's
Yeah.
a
Oh, I
movie.
thought you meant like
Yes,
a
that's
facial
the political
expression.
No. This Ohio coach, Ohio basketball, goes nuts. He's in mid-March form, like tournament form. They beat Iona. I like the dance. Does this just mean this is every game?
Yeah, it feels like it was a I'm trying to go viral moment, and it made me realize too that it's really tough for
recruit?
basketball teams. No, for basketball teams to do these videos, you have to get the angles correct. Like when you see PJ Fleck jumping into the Minnesota locker room, it's a huge locker room. There's a million people. They went in here, and it looked like they got the fucking closet, the janitor's closet. A basketball team is so small that you got to do some tricky angles to make it look like a party. It was an awkward party.
Okay. I thought it looked good. I just more like it's Iona in November.
That's a big win.
Is it?
The Gales?
Trista likes to throw out basketball facts that need to be like
Go ahead.
fact-checked.
First
Are
of
you a
all,
college basketball fan?
I'm a fan of all basketball.
Okay.
She knew, which I didn't, that Tremont Waters, the LSU kid, was on the Celtics. I didn't know that. Granted, he's on the Red Claws.
So he was on the
Wait,
Celtics
who the-
prior to the World Series, and then
Are the Red-
apparently now he's
The main Red Claws. They're
now
like
he's on
the minor
G League
leagues
team.
of
He's
the
on the G League
Celtics.
team
Oh, the Gatorade League.
with Taco Fall. Him and Taco are
Got
now
it.
roommates.
Got it.
Because I was getting ready to bet on LSU, I thought he was still there. She's like, no, he's on the Celtics. I'm like, what? Does he get a lot of minutes? She's like, yeah, a ton of minutes. I researched. He's
I
on
didn't
the
say
Red
no,
Claws.
no. I said he gets minutes.
That may fly
On
to
the Red
USA
Claws.
Today. Yeah.
He gets
Not
minutes
today.
is not the same
Sandy
as.
may be like, oh yeah, sign off on that. Not here.
These are the classic mistakes she made.
But do you think
you
that
should
this
get her
coach,
hooked up with White Sox Dave.
Yeah.
I now know that if you
Don't throw a lot of
say
misinfo
anything,
at you.
he's definitely going to check in and
Well, if you
fact
say
check right away. I
totally
didn't say
false
lots.
information,
I
I
didn't
may
say
be like,
lots of
really?
it.
No, he gets 0. He's on the minor league
Yeah,
team.
he's on the Red Claws.
In October, he was getting minutes. 26 minutes at one point. He was getting minutes.
Was that a preseason game?
I don't
No.
think he made the team ever. Twinkies is coming out with a cereal. I thought Twinkies was on the verge of extinction. Apparently, they're on their
No,
way back.
it's
Yeah, they're
it can't.
back. What?
It can't though. It's
Hostess.
cockroaches and Twinkies. Are the only things that can survive
Right.
a nuclear holocaust.
I like Twinkies.
Yeah.
I think I've said this. I will, anytime I see a Twinkie, I will buy it, take one bite, throw the rest away.
I like that move.
One bite is good enough for me, quenches the thirst, and then gone. What? You don't like Twinkies?
No.
Why?
They're
You
too
don't like-
sweet. Too sweet.
Oh, and you
Too
want like
sweet.
the
Oh, are
Twinkie
you like a
cereal.
dark chocolate person?
Yeah, I like
Ugh.
dark chocolate. Ugh.
I don't know. The like people who are like hardcore dark chocolate people. I don't
Did
get
you
it.
see her interview with Belle?
Was that like a dark
No,
chocolate
I haven't.
segue?
No, it was more like you seriously talking about him being a good rapper.
I'm excited for you, man. How's your production change? What's it like to record music here in like the home of hip hop?
The music is so different out here. Like, just the support, and the studios. I be in the studio. You get to see like, Casanova and Meek Mill and like Busta Rhymes. Everybody's just walking around the studio. You just walking in there all the time. You didn't get that. Well, not too many other cities you can get that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's wild. It feels like your whole, I was saying that to you before we went on camera, it's like your whole production style, your flow almost has changed. And you know how like whenever you're around a friend, you almost pick up things that they say, pick up
Right.
things that they do. That's how it feels with your flow too.
Yeah.
Do you think he's a good rapper?
He's gotten a lot better.
Come on, Trysta.
gotten a
I
lot
was waiting for
better.
you. It's
That's
like your
journalism
flow,
integrity.
Your flow is really good.
I
He's
said
like,
it's
thank you.
improved.
He's like, yeah, I've been hanging around with Busta Rhymes.
Do we have a stat,
Okay.
Tommy?
Let it be
Tremont
known that
Waters
Dave
hasn't
actually
played a
watched
minute
it.
He
this
has
season.
not. He played
He's not
0
played a
minutes.
minute.
He did on October 16th.
That was
a bunch.
preseason.
That's preseason.
Oh, yeah.
Our basketball expert.
I didn't say I was an expert.
Clearly. Colin Kaepernick versus Roger Goodell. So Kaepernick, the NFL has staged this combine for Kaepernick. Reading the way this went down is so Roger Goodell and so surreal. So they planned it, called reporters before they told Kaepernick, then called up Kaepernick. He's like, who's going to be there? They wouldn't tell him and said, you have 2 hours to decide what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And then on top of that, said to everyone that Kaepernick will be available for a meeting, interviews with each team.
Also, did
Roger
you sign
Goodell's
off for
the
that?
worst PR guy.
It's so classic NFL because they actually had the smart thought of like, hey, we should probably just get rid of this issue that everyone keeps thinking we blackball, so let's hold a tryout, and then just fumbled everything past that. Like the idea of the NFL holding a tryout for Colin Kaepernick is a smart idea to try to either get him on a team or at least be like, he wants to play and teams are looking at him. Everything past that point, they fucked up.
2-hour ultimatum is something.
Really?
Not letting him know is something.
Yeah, like calling the reporters first.
Yeah.
No, it's Roger Goodell. He's one of the great scumbags, great villains in the history of human race. I've been saying that. Nobody's been more right about that than me. I gotta get some more of those clown pins. I bet Kaepernick will wear them. I should send them to
Oh
Kaepernick.
my God, I bet he
They
would.
should.
1000%. Tommy, put that in my notes. Put that in my tickler
Put in the
file.
notes.
Get Colin Kaepernick's info and send him 1 million of the clown pins and shirts and everything. What a photo that would be if he was wearing the clown shirt. Did we find Jared? The Astros, this cheating scandal. We
Where's
talked about it a little yesterday on the radio.
Is Jared around here?
This is a non-story for me. Here he go. Oh, by the way,
Jared, has anyone seen Jared?
I'm gonna text him.
classic
high.
case of somebody who doesn't realize. Like, I rode the elevator up with him this morning. He was just staring at me. I'm like, what are you looking at? He's like, I have no idea. He's like, the story of the Astros. I'm involved. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, Jared. But he thought, he was acting on his front page of the Times. Like,
Right.
Jared Carabas implicated in Astros cheating scandal.
Jesus.
Do you care about it?
I don't, because I think there's the element that if it were, we were talking about this, so it's the Yankees that are the most mad. And why are you doing that face?
Everyone's mad. Everyone who likes good,
Yankee
clean
fans
baseball
are
is
by
mad.
far the most mad.
Have to be.
I haven't noticed that, but go on.
What are you talking
I think everybody
about?
who likes good, clean baseball
Isn't
is
John
mad.
Boy?
If you're saying
John
Yankee
Boy's a
fans,
Yankee
like,
fan, no?
Do you
not sure.
believe that good,
Yes,
clean
he is.
baseball actually is like
And I
a
like
real
what John
thing?
Boy's doing. I think it's like interesting stuff. But Yankee fans are the ones that have because the Red Sox beat him last year.
Beat him like a drum.
The Yankees lost to him in 2017. The Yankees lost to him in 2019. Of course, the Yankee fans have a right to be mad. I'm not saying they don't have a right, but they're the most mad. And I think that there is a hard time to get like the popular opinion to be like, oh, poor Yankee fans.
And the tall guy, Aaron Judge, tweeted wait, what? With emojis.
Yeah, well, I just texted Jared. I said, "Are you here for rundown?" He said, "No."
What's he
So-
doing?
He's dodging it.
I just saw him.
Probably cut out
So,
early.
Dave, to answer your question, if the Astros had even if the Astros had beaten the Nationals this year, I think it would have been a bigger, people would have been more mad.
The fact that they lost, I think,
Takes
makes
a
the
little bit out of
story-
it.
yeah.
If they had maybe beaten the Brewers or some
I never believe in stories like this, that they're the only team doing stuff
If
like
one
this.
team's doing it,
They're all.
they're
and it's
all
like
doing it.
whoever can do it the best, kudos. Now, granted, the little
the
arrogant.
cameras, I think, is too much. They should be punished if they're using cameras.
But why? In the sense of, unless it's somehow because it's their park, but can't you just plant the guy in the center field bleachers and zoom in? I mean, anybody can do that.
yeah,
no?
but then they're relaying it to the dugout,
But
in
anybody
real
could do
time.
that.
I know. I think that is cheating.
But I'm under the impression, in baseball, people are aware everyone's going for the signs. You just just because you see the signs, you got to be constantly
it up,
changing
yeah.
them and mixing them, and so.
well, wasn't it in game 2 that one of the Nationals pitchers was tipping his pitches?
Well, that came
Strasburg.
from.
yeah, that
yeah.
came from that, right?
Well, that
Came from Jared.
Carabas, his buddy there.
Carabas is banging on a garbage.
That was when Carabas, before the series, said hammer the Astros in game 2. because Bregman told Carabas they had Strasburg signals, and then the Nationals killed them in Game 2.
What's
He
your
did
take
go
on
deep
it?
though
You're
in the
mad?
first inning.
Yeah, I'm mad.
Right.
I think they cheated, and they should be
Did you guys
punished.
do a short porch about it?
Yeah, we did. Said arrest
I mean,
the
that's-
Astros.
Are you the rules police?
Tommy, I'm
Dork
not
pull-
saying, Tommy, I'm not
short port dork Yankee. Police.
I'm not saying you don't have a right to be mad. If the Cubs had lost to the Astros in the World Series, I'd be furious.
I mean,
I'm
the
just
thing-
saying
you're
that
saying
the
like
Yankees.
if they won, they'd be more mad. People would be more mad if they
I
won
think
this year.
for
But
sure.
the season
Yes.
they're under investigation for, 2017, they did win the World Series.
Right, I think people would be more mad though if it was directly this year, like, oh my God.
mean,
it's
Once
the
Well, it
there's
was this
Astros.
year,
distance
too.
in time, I think people become less and less mad.
But it's the Yankees that are like the Yankees and the Dodgers are the two teams that have been most like adversely affected, right?
Yeah.
I think it's hard for
Oh, here he is.
the national conscience to be like, man, we feel bad for these guys. Don't you
What do
agree?
you walk around?
No,
with
I
that
agree, but
strut
they
for?
should be if they
Hey,
like to
come
clean
sit down.
baseball.
We want
they
to hear
should
your
be.
thoughts about this Astros scandal.
Hey, Jared. How you
Alex
doing?
Cora didn't do shit.
Oh, that wasn't even the question. It was actually if you have banged on any garbage cans in your life
Why would I help the Astros do anything?
because they're playing your arch rival, the Yankees,
That was in 2019,
and
2017.
2017.
Well, I mean, they lost both series.
Right, I know, but they were playing your arch rival, Yankees, in both
Yeah.
those times.
What's
I
your
don't know. I
take
don't know
on
why
this?
people think that I mean it's bullshit to use technology to cheat. But what leg do I have to stand on when the Red Sox used Apple Watches?
But why is it? I feel like everyone's doing it. It's the team's job.
I'm not saying everyone's
Baseball just
doing
change
it,
your signals
but as
consistently.
me personally, that's what I'm saying is you should change up the signs. The Nationals said in the World Series, hey, we had suspicions that they were cheating, and that's the thing.
I heard through the grapevine that Bregman knew Strasburg's tipping pitches and knew his signals for Game 2. I heard that.
No.
Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that.
How did you know that?
A National League scout said that Strasburg is tipping his pitches. And then we did an interview with Bregman. This is where the Bregman thing comes from in 2017, where he said on any given pitching staff throughout the league, 8 to 9 pitchers per team are tipping their pitches. So I was like, if this scout is picking it up, the Astros have it.
So it's just deduction.
I mean, it's just, that's what they
Logic.
do. That's what the Astros do. They can very easily pick that shit.
Everybody pick. I just don't. You still gotta.
It's
see
all
the
it's
baseball,
public
hit
record.
the baseball.
And then the other thing too about
signals
the
are-
trash
they're
can,
always what?
that's the trash can story broke last year.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the trash can.
They
is
hit
about.
the trash can if it's an off-speed pitch.
That is. I think people are giving way too much credit. How quick all that has to be to get to. I just don't buy anything.
So do you think it's cheating?
Yes, of course it's cheating. You can't do that. You can't use the cameras. So when the story
I
broke,
agree with that.
when the story broke last year, all the detail was that they were hitting trash cans to relay the signals to the hitters. So I don't know why that didn't blow up last year. It was right in the middle of the ALCS. It was mid-October. Red Sox Astros. That story never made any
So
waves.
where is the camera that they were using?
Center field.
But
the-
couldn't they just couldn't you just put a fan in center field and do the same thing?
With a phone. Or...
No. I mean, if you're a hitter, you're not looking out to center
Also, you have to
field.
know what you're looking for.
Right.
But it could be just you an employee slash.
there-
fan.
It's probably
they-
not a camera, by the way. It's probably binoculars
No,
and a
there was,
radio.
Well, couldn't
no,
they
there was
have
a
a
camera
fan-
in center field because they had
Oh, they're not-
a monitor with a live feed that was directly linked to the dugout. So they would have someone that was looking at the video, they relay the sign, and then they would
But how
bang.
fast can you? I
Very
get it.
fast because it's a live feed.
Yeah, but
Like the TV
you gotta,
feed
if
is
you got a
8
code
seconds.
break. You got to break the
Are
signal.
you
Yes.
one
too.
pitch behind? You're basically one pitch behind?
No,
No,
it's
no,
live.
you're live.
It's live. So there's actually an app where if you were putting down signs, and I put in what signs you're putting down, and the result, if I put in enough of them, it decodes it for you. So you don't have to have people trying to figure it out with a pencil and paper.
Where'd
There's
you find that app? Bregman?
baseball Reddit.
Oh.
Bregman?
Yeah.
I
mean,
if the Astros had beaten the Red Sox, would you be more mad?
they did beat the Red Sox in the year that they cheated. They beat the Red Sox in 2017 in the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my point to Tommy was that if it was different teams than the Dodgers and the Yankees, I think it would be a different story. Because you just don't Yankee fans
mean,
getting mad, and they have every right to be mad. I just don't think people care as much.
My experience with technology
People are
is
getting
losers
extra mad
blaming
because
on
the
technology.
Astros are the Patriots of the MLB.
They're cocky too.
Like they're cocky.
That's insulting to the Patriots.
No, I'm not saying from like no one is the Patriots of the MLB.
Right.
In terms of
Nobody's
like
even close.
this team wins. They have things that they're
I mean, they
doing
won-
that are sketchy.
Yeah, they won once. Patriots won 6 times.
Correct. But I'm just saying, like, from a standpoint of we think that they're up to sketchy shit.
Well,
and they
yeah,
win.
that's the Belichick.
Let's figure it
right,
out.
Right.
Yeah,
I
So in
resent
that
you
sense,
putting
they're the
those two in
Patriots of the
same
MLB.
breath.
So people are happy that it's the first domino to fall. But they're definitely not the only team that's using cameras
Right.
and shit.
That's
They're
why
just
I
the
think
first
it's a
to get caught.
non-issue.
I mean, it's
Non-issue.
definitely an issue. Like
I think it's a non-issue.
well, it's an issue.
Well, I think it's a non-issue.
How
Well,
big of
it
an
is.
issue is it?
Pretty big.
Why? Just change your signals more often.
I agree with you.
What's gonna happen to the Astros?
I mean, the penalty seems like it's going to be pretty harsh.
Which
Death
is, what does
penalty?
that mean?
So just money?
I said that AJ Hinch should have to proofread and fact check White Sox Days blogs for a year.
That's pretty
That's
harsh.
pretty good. But what actually is gonna happen? You think? Draft
I don't know.
picks?
I mean, it's unprecedented. Yeah, draft picks, whatever. Yeah, there's going to be some sort of fine. I mean, like, but it's,
What
it
did
doesn't matter.
I have one last question? What did Mike Fears? What did they do?
Fires.
What did they do to him to make him snitch?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that maybe it was a negotiation gone wrong. I have no
'Cause
idea.
he got a World Series ring.
You got a World Series
No
ring?
different than, what's his fucking face, that loser? Mangini.
Yeah.
The man genius.
He's the one who ratted on the Patriots, even though then every single great coach of all time said they did the same
Yeah.
thing.
I'm curious though, like what happened to make him. And didn't that guy throw a no-hitter with like a shitload of
Threw two
pine tar on
no-hitters.
his hat?
Threw 2 no-hitters.
With a shitload of pine tar on his hat?
Yeah. I mean, pine tar's whatever. Like,
Well, no, you can't say that. That's where I draw the
hitters
line.
would tell you, like, I
It
don't
matter.
care when pitchers
but
use
that's
pine tar
against
because
the
I'd
rules.
rather have them have
You
control.
can't differentiate between cheating is cheating in my book, and I don't think this matters. Be better at hiding your signals.
Oh, I think it matters. I think using a camera changes
Yeah,
everything.
you can't
If you
use
can
a
do it with your own
camera.
eyes,
Yeah, but there's
it's totally
the
different.
degree continuum of like as technology, like cheating will always advance with technology and time. Like it'll start as greenies to steroids to cameras. It just goes as
Yeah.
more. That's
like
how.
how insider trading has evolved over time.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't know anything
What are you
about
talking
insider
about?
trading. That sounds like pointing the finger. That's,
No,
insider trading. I'm not get baited into. A lot of people saying you like are a mole. That's like you were in a wire with that,
was
question.
week
Insider
one to seamlessly bring up
So
insider
what do you know
trading.
about insider trading?
Yeah.
well, I
Wink,
mean,
wink,
at one
nothing.
point it was just a phone
So, Dave,
call,
what
and now
stocks
it's-
do you own?
Yeah. Okay, Tristan, nice try.
Okay.
That's the end of that rundown. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, let's talk about insider
Get us
trading.
all.
Yikes.
Yeah,
You were on
nice
the
try.
Michigan business panel with who?
Yeah.
Huh.
Listen,
Interesting.
I don't know
Head of
Yeah.
Apple?
Yeah, no. Nice try.